Did you know that some cheeses could be secretly sabotaging your health, especially if you're over 60? It's shocking but true. A recent study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition revealed that certain types of cheese could increase your risk of heart disease by as much as 40%. And here's the kicker. Many of these cheeses are marketed as healthy or gourmet, but they could be doing far more harm than good. These sneaky cheeses can block your arteries, spike your blood pressure, and even mess with your memory. So, what's the real deal with cheese after 60? You're about to find out, and just wait until you find out which cheese is the most harmful. It's more dangerous than you've been told, and you've probably eaten it before. Stay with us, because we're about to reveal the cheese that experts now call a stroke on a plate. But don't worry, not all cheeses are bad. If you know what to look for, some cheeses can actually help protect your gut, brain, and bones. Before we get started, tell us where you're watching from in the comments below. Also, like this video and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on future health tips. Now let's jump into the list of the top 4 cheeses that everyone over 60 should be eating. At number 4 is mozzarella, especially fresh mozzarella or buffalo mozzarella. And if you're watching right now, I want to know you're here. Type 1 in the comments if this video makes sense to you, or type 0 if it doesn't. Forget what you thought you knew about mozzarella. If it's fresh and not heavily processed, mozzarella is one of the best cheeses for people over 60. Real mozzarella, especially the kind made from water buffalo milk, is only made with 4 ingredients: buffalo milk, salt, rennet, and cultures. That's very different from the shredded mozzarella in plastic bags you see in grocery stores, which are much more processed. This cleaner version is packed with quality protein, has low sodium, and doesn't contain too much saturated fat. In fact, a 2022 study in the European Journal of Nutrition found that older adults who ate fresh, low-salt cheeses like mozzarella had better blood vessel flexibility and fewer arthritis flare-ups. This is probably because of mozzarella's great calcium to sodium ratio and natural anti-inflammatory properties. One of the best things about fresh mozzarella, especially for older adults, is how balanced it is. It contains less lactose, which makes it easier to digest, and it's rich in key minerals like calcium, phosphorus, and selenium. These minerals are essential for keeping your bones strong and your body working well as you age. Plus, buffalo milk, which is often used to make high-quality mozzarella, offers more vitamin A and zinc than regular cow's milk, and has stronger antioxidant power. These nutrients are especially helpful for boosting the immune system and protecting vision. 2 things that become more important with age. Fresh mozzarella is also one of the few cheeses that keeps a high level of something called bioactive peptides. These are natural compounds formed during the cheese-making process that have been shown to help lower blood pressure. On top of that, mozzarella contains a good amount of conjugated linoleic acid, or CLA. This healthy fat helps your body burn fat more efficiently and lowers inflammation, 2 things that are very helpful for managing chronic problems like joint pain and arthritis. Mozzarella also fits easily into all kinds of meals. You can enjoy it on a fresh salad, melt it over grilled vegetables, or pair it with sliced tomatoes, basil, and a drizzle of olive oil for a healthy and classic dish. It's satisfying, but not too heavy, which makes it a perfect everyday cheese choice. If you're looking for something that supports your immune system, bones, and heart, without causing bloating or raising your blood pressure, mozzarella is a solid option. Coming in at number 3 is feta cheese. This one may surprise you. With its bold, salty, and slightly sour flavor, people don't always expect feta to make the good list. But here's the truth. Feta can be one of the healthiest cheeses for people over 60, as long as it's eaten in moderation. Feta is typically made from sheep's milk, or a blend of sheep and goat milk. This gives it a different kind of protein that's easier for older adults to digest. It also contains less lactose than cheeses made from cow's milk, which is another plus for aging digestive systems. Feta's real strength lies in its nutrition. Even though it's lower in fat than many creamier cheeses, it still packs a punch with calcium, protein, and vitamin B12. These nutrients are crucial for keeping your bones strong, muscles working, and nerves healthy as you age. Another big benefit of feta is its probiotic content. That means it contains healthy bacteria that help your gut stay balanced. And since many older adults struggle with digestion due to medications or age-related changes, eating foods with probiotics like feta can really help. Probiotics can ease bloating, support better digestion, and even boost your immune system. And because feta has such a bold flavor, you don't need to eat a lot to feel satisfied. That helps with portion control. Just a few crumbles can make roasted veggies or a salad more delicious and nutritious without adding too many calories or salt. If you're watching your sodium, here's a helpful tip. Rinsing feta before you eat. It can lower its salt content by up to 30%. Next up is Swiss cheese, famous for its holes and mild nutty taste. This cheese may be simple, but it offers some great health perks for seniors. One of the best things about Swiss cheese is how low it is in sodium. Just 1 ounce has only 54 milligrams of salt. That's about 75% less than most other hard cheeses. This makes Swiss cheese a smart choice for older adults who want to enjoy flavorful cheese without worrying too much about blood pressure or heart problems. Another reason Swiss cheese is great for seniors is that it's naturally almost lactose-free. Thanks to the aging process, the lactose breaks down almost completely. This makes it much easier for adults who become more sensitive to lactose as they get older. On top of that, Swiss cheese is made with special bacterial cultures, especially one called Propionibacterium, Freudenreiche I. During fermentation, this helpful bacteria creates compounds that may improve immune health in older adults. One of the best nutrients produced during this process is vitamin K2. It plays a key role in keeping calcium out of your arteries and moving it into your bones where it belongs. This is really important for older adults, especially for keeping bones strong and arteries clear. Just 1 ounce of Swiss cheese provides about 220 milligrams of calcium, helping to meet the higher calcium needs that come with aging and preventing bone loss. Swiss cheese also gives you about 8 grams of protein per ounce. That's a solid amount of protein, and it's filled with important amino acids your body needs. As people get older, they tend to lose muscle faster, so eating enough protein becomes even more important. And there's another great benefit. Swiss cheese is rich in vitamin B12, just 1 ounce gives you nearly 16% of your daily recommended amount. That's good news for your brain, since older adults often struggle to absorb enough B12, which can affect memory and mental sharpness. Recent studies have also found that the specific fats in cheeses like Swiss may help lower inflammation, something many seniors deal with. And those iconic holes in Swiss cheese, they're not just for looks. They're made by bacteria that release gases as the cheese ages. This process helps break down parts of the cheese, making it easier to digest. Now let's move to number 1. Goat cheese. If you're over 60, goat cheese is one of the best cheeses you can keep in your fridge. It's not just a soft, creamy favorite. It's also packed with nutrients, gentle on digestion, and naturally supports your health in several ways. One reason goat cheese stands out is because of its fats. It contains short and medium-chain fatty acids, which your body can process more easily than the long-chain fats in many other cheeses. Why does that matter? As we age, our metabolism slows down, so it becomes harder to break down certain fats. The fats in goat cheese are easier for your liver to handle and less likely to be stored as body fat. Even better, goat cheese has less of the protein casein and the few, one that gives many people trouble. And it also has less lactose. That means it's easier on your stomach, with fewer chances of bloating or discomfort. Goat cheese is packed with probiotics, those friendly bacteria that help support your immune system, improve digestion, and even lift your mood. As we age, the diversity of these helpful bacteria in our gut tends to shrink. That can weaken immunity and increase inflammation. Adding goat cheese to your meals can naturally help restore that balance. It's also loaded with zinc, which helps your body repair tissue and keep your immune system strong, and selenium, which supports thyroid function and protects your cells with antioxidant power. But one of goat cheese's most overlooked benefits is how it helps the brain. It's a good source of omega-3 fats and a special form of vitamin A that can support memory. And mental sharpness today, nutrient-rich cheeses like goat cheese are even being researched for their possible role in slowing down cognitive decline and maybe even lowering the risk of Alzheimer's. Another great thing about goat cheese is how clean and simple it is. Its ingredients list is short, with no fillers, no additives, and nothing artificial. Unlike processed cheeses, goat cheese brings real flavor and real benefits to your plate. Sprinkle it on a salad, spread it on whole grain toast, or mix it into your morning omelette. It's as versatile as it is healthy. Now that we've gone over the top 4 cheeses that are great for people over 60, let's look at the ones you should definitely avoid. Fourth on the list is American cheese. It might bring back memories of childhood grilled cheese sandwiches, but this ultra-processed product doesn't belong in a healthy diet as you age. Truthfully, American cheese isn't even real cheese. It's made by combining cheese with salt, preservatives, artificial coloring, and emulsifiers. The high sodium alone is a red flag. Just one slice contains about 15% of the daily recommended salt intake. That's a big problem for seniors who already deal with high blood pressure or heart issues. Gut health also becomes more important as we age, since it directly affects your immune system and inflammation. The emulsifiers used in American cheese, which help give it that soft texture, may actually disrupt your gut bacteria, and there's more to be cautious about. Processed cheeses like this often contain artificial phosphates. These chemicals can block your body from absorbing calcium, which is already harder for older adults, and can make bone loss worse. Even more alarming, studies have linked these added phosphates to faster hardening of the arteries. If you're already worried about bone health or heart issues, these additives make American cheese a poor choice, a natural aging process that they can make worse. The so-called convenience of grabbing a slice just isn't worth the damage it could cause to your health. Now let's talk about the third cheese to avoid: blue cheese. This is where things start to get tricky. Blue cheese often feels fancy or gourmet, but for older adults it could bring more risks than benefits. That familiar blue marbling in blue cheese. It's not just for flavor. It comes from a mold called penicillium, which creates compounds like tyramine and histamine. These compounds are usually broken down easily in younger, healthy people, but as we age, our bodies slow down in breaking these substances down. That means they hang around longer and can actually cause real harm. According to a 2023 study published in the journal Food Chemistry, older adults who eat a lot of tyramine are at greater risk of migraines, sudden spikes in blood pressure, and even irregular heart rhythms. It often starts with dizziness. Before you know it, you're on a roller coaster that could end in a trip to the ER. On top of that, the mold in blue cheese raises the risk of listeria contamination, especially if the cheese is soft, unpasteurized, or not stored correctly. Listeria can be deadly for people with weaker immune systems. What's scary is how quietly it can strike. It might start with a mild headache, a racing heart, or a flushed face, but then the symptoms grow: chest tightness, ringing in the ears, and overwhelming pressure. Many people brush this off as normal, aging, or stress, but in reality, it could be your nervous system reacting to toxic overload. And if you have kidney issues or high blood pressure, blue cheese should absolutely be off your plate. 1 ounce of blue cheese has over 400 milliliters of sodium, one of the highest among all cheeses. Some varieties with a creamier base have nearly twice that amount. Combine that with heavy cream content, and you've got a recipe for clogged arteries and higher blood pressure. The trouble is, most people never link their blue cheese cravings to their frequent headaches or stomach issues, but for many older adults, it could be the hidden cause of long-term problems. Now let's talk about cream cheese. At first glance, it seems innocent. It's soft, spreads easily, and tastes great on a toasted bagel, but under that creamy surface is a dense source of unhealthy fat, and that's especially risky for people over 60. Cream cheese is low in protein and loaded with saturated fat. That means it's high in calories, but lacking the nutrients your body really needs. Instead of fueling your system, it encourages fat storage, especially around the belly. For older adults, this becomes even more dangerous. As your metabolism naturally slows with age, foods like this only make it harder to manage your weight and protect your muscle mass. There's also another concern that's not talked about enough: bacterial contamination. Cream cheese is soft. Texture makes it more likely to carry listeria, a harmful bacteria that can be deadly to seniors. For those with weaker immune systems, it's not just a stomach bug. Listeria can lead to serious infections like septicemia or meningitis. The risk goes up when cream cheese is left out of the fridge, even for a short while, like at brunch spreads or work events. And here's one more thing to watch for. Cream cheese often comes with added flavors like honey, strawberry, or walnut. These versions pack in even more sugar, which adds unnecessary calories and raises inflammation. So while it may look harmless, cream cheese can quietly harm your health in more ways than you'd expect. Many flavored versions of cream cheese quietly sneak in added sugars, which only makes things worse. Sugar spikes insulin levels, which encourages your body to store more fat and increases inflammation throughout the body. So now you're dealing with a triple threat: foods that are high in fat, packed with sugar, and possibly full of bacteria. And it's all hiding in what many people think is just a harmless breakfast item. For anyone over 60, this combo can be dangerous, but it's often ignored. Now for the #1 spot: processed cheese spreads. These are the creamy kinds that come in tubs, little jars, or those shiny foil-wrapped triangles. Out of all the cheeses, this one truly earns the nickname "stroke on a plate." It may look innocent, especially when advertised as kid-friendly or easy to spread, but don't let that fool you. If you're over 60, this might be the most dangerous cheese you can eat. Why? Because it's a triple threat, packed with excessive saturated fat, sky-high sodium, and a surprising mix of artificial additives your body was never meant to process. What makes it even more alarming is how it's made: heavily processed, chemically preserved, and stripped of the nutrients your body actually needs. These creamy spreads may look harmless on a cracker, but behind the smooth texture lies a recipe that could quietly damage your heart, brain, and blood vessels. One bite at a time. They're not just soft cheeses. They go through a chemical process that uses preservatives like sodium phosphate, substance linked to kidney damage. Yes, you read that right, kidney damage. As we get older, our kidneys naturally don't work as well, and these phosphate additives only make things worse. Over time, they place a heavy burden on your kidneys, possibly leading to kidney disease or even failure. This isn't some wild theory. The National Kidney Foundation and many other studies have directly linked phosphate additives in processed foods to poor kidney health in older adults, but unfortunately that's not the only danger. Some of these cheese spreads still contain trans fats or partially hydrogenated oils. These unhealthy fats are banned in several countries, but you'll still find them in cheap cheese products. Trans fats raise your bad cholesterol, LDL, and lower your good cholesterol, HDL, a recipe for heart attacks and strokes. And here's the kicker: because these spreads are smooth and creamy, people assume they're lighter or healthier than traditional cheeses, but in reality, they're far worse. Those synthetic additives don't just affect your body, they can also mess with your brain. Studies suggest that these chemicals may cause faster mental decline in people over 60. That's why, if you have this cheese in your fridge right now, it's time to toss it out. It's not just unhealthy, it's actively harmful in ways that build up over time. But here's the good news: cheese doesn't have to be the enemy. In fact, with the right choices, it can be one of the most enjoyable and helpful parts of your diet. The trick is knowing which cheeses support your body as it ages, and which ones work against it. Now it's your turn. We'd love to hear from you. How many of these cheeses are sitting in your fridge right now? Have you already made the switch to gentler options like mozzarella or goat cheese? Drop a comment below and share your thoughts. We read every message, and your story might just inspire someone else to make a healthier change. Thank you so much for spending this time with us. Every small step you take towards smarter choices brings you closer to a stronger heart, a sharper mind, and a longer, healthier life. Stay mindful, stay curious, and most of all, take care of that wonderful body of yours. We'll be right here, ready with more gentle guidance in the next video. Until then, be well, you're worth it.